Hello students, welcome to my online class. Today I will explain what is meant by field structure and order structure. So here we have composition. Composition is nothing but a binary operation. So let us consider a set S. On the set S, we define addition composition to each pair of the members A and B in the set S. There corresponds a member A plus B in the set S. That means what? Addition composition is a binary operation whose domain set is the set S cross S and codomain set is S. So this addition composition maps the element ordered pair A comma B in the set S cross S to the element A plus B in the set S. Similarly, we can define another composition, that is multiplication composition. So here this multiplication composition or this binary operation maps an element ordered pair A comma B in the set S to the element A into B in the set S. Next to that, this set S is said to possess an algebraic structure if both the compositions of addition and multiplication are defined on the set. Here subtraction and division may be defined as inverse operations of addition and multiplication respectively. So subtraction and division are defined in this way. So we move to field structure. So in order to define field structure, we require a set S, and this set S is called a field if two compositions of addition and multiplication are defined in the set S such that for all the members A, B, C in the set S, the following properties are satisfied. Here we have total 11 number of properties. Here we have two compositions. First is addition and second is multiplication, and we have total 11 number of properties. Out of 11 number of properties, 5 properties are with respect to addition, 5 properties are with respect to multiplication, and last property is distributive law. The properties with respect to the properties with respect to addition are denoted by A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. The properties with respect to multiplication are denoted by M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, and the last property is denoted by AM because it involves both addition as well as multiplication. So the properties are, first property with respect to addition is closure property with respect to addition, which states that if A and B are in the set S, then their addition A plus B is also in the set S. Second property is associative property with respect to addition, which states that A plus in bracket B plus C bracket close equals to in bracket A plus B bracket close plus C. Third property is existence of additive identity, and it states that there exists an element 0 in the set S such that A plus 0 equals to A. The fourth property is existence of additive inverse, and it states that for every A in the set S, there exists an element minus A in the set S such that A plus in bracket minus A equals to 0. Fifth property is commutative property with respect to addition, which states that a plus b equals to b plus a. So these are properties, these are 5 properties with respect to addition. Next we have properties with respect to multiplication. So the sixth property is closure property with respect to multiplication, and it states that for every a and b in the set S, we have an element a into b in the set S. Next, seventh property is associative property with respect to multiplication, and it states that a into in bracket b into c bracket close equals to in bracket a into b bracket close into c. The eighth property is existence of multiplicative identity, and it states that there exists an element 1 in the set S such that a into 1 equals to a. The ninth property is existence of multiplicative inverse. It states that for every a in the set S, there exists an element a raised to minus 1 in the set S such that a into a raised to minus 1 equals to 1. The 10th property is commutative property with respect to multiplication, and it states that a into b equals to b into a. And the last, the 11th property is distributive law, and it states that a into in bracket b plus c equals to a into b plus a into c, and in bracket a plus b bracket close into c equals to a into c plus b into c. Next we move to order structure. So a field S is an ordered field if it satisfies the following properties. So first property is law of trichotomy, and it states that for any two elements a and b in the set S, exactly one of the following is true. So either a is greater than b, or a equals to b, or a is less than b. So law of trichotomy means what? It states that for any two members from the set S, one of the or exactly one of the following holds: either a is greater than b, or a equals to b, or a is less than b. Second property is transitivity, and it states that for all a, b and c in the set S, if a is greater than b and b is greater than c, then this implies a is greater than c. Next is compatibility of order relation with addition composition, and it states that for all a, b, c in the set S, if a is greater than b, then this implies that a plus c, here we have c, instead of b read it as c. So a plus c is greater than b plus c. Next, fourth property is compatibility of order relation with multiplication composition, and it states that for all a, b, c in the set S, if a is greater than b, then this implies a into c is greater than b into c. Here instead of b we must have c. So a into b is greater than b into c. So this is all about order structure. Some examples are the set of rational numbers and the set of real numbers are ordered fields, whereas the set of natural numbers n and the set of integers z are not fields. Next, the set n of natural numbers. Here this notation is called script n. So for the set of natural numbers n, the following properties holds. First property is p suffix 1, and it states that 1 is a natural number, that is 1 belongs to the set of natural numbers, and from which we conclude that set of natural numbers is non-empty. A set is said to be non-empty if it consists of at least one element. Second property is p2, and it states that for each element n in the set of natural numbers, there exists a unique element n suffix 0 in the set of natural numbers n, called the successor of n. For example, if we choose n equals to 5, then successor of 5 will be 6. That means n0 equals to 6. If we choose n to be 9, then its successor, that is n0, will be 10. Here successor means the natural number coming or appearing after the natural number n. So successor of 12 will be 13, successor of 100 will be 101. Next property is p3, and it states that for each natural number n, n0 is never equals to 1. That means 1 is not successor of any element in set of natural numbers. That means 1 is the least element. Here least means smallest, which is here 1 is smallest element in the set of natural numbers. Next property is p4, and it states that for each pair of natural numbers n and m with the property n is different from m, so we get n0 is different from m0. That means if n and m are distinct natural numbers, then their successors are also distinct. For example, 2 and 7 are distinct natural numbers. That is why their successors are also distinct. Next is p5. This property states that if A is a subset of set of natural numbers, and if 1 is in the set A and P is in the set A, so this implies that P0 is also in the set A, then A is nothing but the set of natural numbers. Here these 5 axioms are called Pinot's postulate. Here this property P5 is called principle of mathematical induction, and principle of mathematical induction, from the principle of mathematical induction it follows that every non-empty subset of natural numbers has a first element. Here first means least element, that is smallest element, and this property is called well ordering principle for set of natural numbers. That means well ordering principle of natural numbers states that every non-empty subset of natural numbers has a smallest element. Here the set n set of natural numbers have an algebraic structure because we can define addition composition and multiplication composition in the set of natural numbers, but this set does not form a field because this set does not have additive identity, additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. So that is why the set of natural numbers is not a field, whereas it has an order structure compatible with the algebraic structure. Next we have the set of integers, and it is denoted by the notation script z. Here this notation script z stands for Zylene, and Zylene is a German word whose meaning is set of integers. So the set of integer consists of elements 0, plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, plus 3, minus 3, and so on. So as we know that addition and multiplication of two integers is always an integer, so we can define addition composition and multiplication composition in the set of integers. That is why the set of integers has an algebraic structure, but it is not a field because except 1 and minus 1, every element in the set of integers does not have a multiplicative inverse. For example, if we choose 5, then its multiplicative inverse will be 1 by 5. So 5 into 1 by 5 equals to 1, but 1 by 5 is not an integer. This set of integers has an order structure compatible with the algebraic structure. Next we have the most important set of rational numbers. It is denoted by the notation script q. Here this q stands for quotient because every rational number is in the quotient form. Here we have p by q in the quotient form. So we move to the definition of rational number. What is meant by a rational number? A rational number is of the form p by q, where p by q are integers, q is non-zero, and GCD of p and q equals to 1. Here we must have GCD of p and q equals to 1, and we know that if GCD of any two integers is 1, then they are called relatively prime or co-prime. From the definition of rational numbers, we conclude that every integer is a rational number. For example, if we take an integer 7, then 7 can be written as 7 upon 1. 7 and 1 both are integers. 1 is non-zero and GCD of 7 and 1 is 1. Next, a real number which is not rational is called an irrational number. For example, pi is an irrational number. E, that is Euler's number is also an irrational number. The set R of real numbers contains both rational as well as irrational numbers. Next, the sets Q and R satisfy all the properties of a field and are therefore called fields. In addition to this, both these fields satisfy the four properties of order and hence form ordered fields. Thank you.